Hello and welcome to the Fox 12 Weather Podcast. I'm meteorologist Camila Payton, joined by meteorologist Peyton Major. Peyton, how are we doing today?
Doing good. It's Friday Eve, and the weather's been pretty nice. So no complaints.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's been nice. This is episode 197, so we actually kind of have a busy podcast today.
Yeah. Well, okay, I'll be honest. We missed last week because I wasn't feeling great.
Oh.
And went home a little early. Therefore, Michael was left here alone and stranded. So we thought, we'll move it till the next week. So here we are.
But that means we have a lot of content because we kind of have, in a way, 2 weeks to cover. So we are recording this on Thursday, August 13th. And here's what we will be talking about. So we've got an update on wildfire season. Certainly, you've probably noticed the haze in the valleys. So we'll talk a little bit about the smoke as well. We've got a tropical storm approaching Hawaii. So we'll talk about that. Storm Lala. We've got viewer photos, term of the week, and of course, the forecast. What's ahead?
Yes.
All right. So 4 different cameras here. Peyton, what do you think? I mean, some shots don't make it look too bad out there.
Right. I'd say the Vancouver cam makes it look the worst.
I
actually just veered this camera toward the sun because I feel like it's better to see the haze when the sun's kind of muted.
Yes.
In my opinion.
Yeah, so, I agree.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say on the horizon. Like, if you looked at the horizon, you'd be like, it's looking a little, hazy, almost foggy because of the air particles. But, like, I don't know, it's not looking so bad like last week.
Right. It's not horrible. And it's not like you step outside and you're just immediately assaulted by, like, campfire smell like you were last week, I feel like.
Exactly. And the numbers show it, too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so current air quality here, so not bad. West of the Cascades, still mostly green, which is good, but certainly we saw some yellow moderate ratings mixing in there as well. Actually, all the way down to Eugene, which kind of surprised me because it did look on satellite much clearer south of Salem.
Yeah, I think it's a difference of like maybe in Portland we were in the maybe 70s, 80s, 90s, and then Eugene, they're probably just at 50 or something because it didn't seem too thick south of Salem.
Right. Yeah, but still worse east of the Cascades, without a doubt. The Dalles, in that area could definitely see some unhealthy for sensitive groups ratings. And then, of course, around La Grande, Northeast Oregon, continuing to see some of the worst air quality, but not quite as bad as it has been, in the previous days.
Yeah, Skeeble was an interesting cam to look at because you can't even see Mount Hood. So it's been pretty bad in the Cascades of the gorge, kind of near the Dalles today.
Yeah.
So we think maybe one more day of this. I think Friday will be a transition day. Slowly, we have a west wind picking up tonight, which will be nice. So I think the coast will start to feel that as soon as, early tomorrow morning. And then that'll start to travel through the gorge in the afternoon and evening. So it's a slow process like last week, but we'll get rid of it by the weekend.
Yeah. So basically what happened is we lost that onshore flow, that push of clean marine air. And when that goes flat, we can start to see just the slightest east and north winds start to kind of seep back into the valleys. And so that's dragging that smoke in from, I think most of this is probably from Washington, if I had to guess.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. I think it's so crazy how even though wind could be 5 or 10 miles per hour, these particles are so small and so light that it just picks them right up and moves them overhead. So kind of a crazy process.
Yeah. So, so comparing with last week, I mean, nothing to do with last week, which we did peak into the unhealthy category there Tuesday and Wednesday with AQI above 150. But really, we had I'd say 4 days of, decently impacted air quality in Portland from the event last week.
I agree. Yeah, I think Wednesday was the day I was not feeling good. I'm one of those people, I'm in the sensitive group that I just get so affected. I know it's very hit or miss. Like some people have nothing bothering them at all. And then others, it's like sore throat, headache, eyes burning, and all these extra things. So
and probably some additional fatigue too, I would imagine, right?
Yeah. I know. Smoke just loves to impact me a little more than I think most people, but that's okay. At least I know I can never, be a reporter like live at a fire.
Yeah, you can rule that out. You can
that
say,
one out.
Sorry, coach, you can't send me in that scenario.
I'll be sick.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
This is September 2020. I mean, hold on. I'm going to go back so you can see our little oranges and reds look very mild and honestly lame compared to hazardous air quality we had back 6 years ago now. Holy crap, that seems like
that was
yesterday.
horrible. So this was to the level where you wanted to have those like N95 masks if you were going to be outside for more than like a few minutes. Like I just remember that. Like we were wearing them all the time. So yeah.
The worst part was it was peak COVID. The only way you could not be isolated was to get outside, right? You've kind of felt like, oh, I can get outside. At least I can get outside and go on a walk. Oh no. Mother Nature took that one away. So that was awful. I worked at the mall at the time, and I remember they had to close down the mall because everyone was trying to get relief from the smoke indoors, and then the smoke got trapped inside.
Oh my goodness.
It was awful.
Oh my gosh, you're right though. Yeah, this was peak COVID. So I guess we were kind of used to wearing masks anyway, but you had to upgrade to the heavy duty stuff to filter out those particles.
Even on a walk, you're probably like, great, this is the only time I don't need to wear a mask.
Sad times for sure.
Sad. Yeah, so this is why we're saying it's really not that bad for today and tomorrow. Air quality index, I put around 50. I think we could see some higher numbers. As long as it's below 100, it's not basically it's not unsafe. So you can go outside and you could be like, all right, I can still go about my day-to-day activities. I can go on that evening run. Just be cautious and say, hey, if it's above 100, I might want to kind of be cautious.
Right.
Cool. What else we got? Oh, this is just showing that, I think things will be better by Saturday morning.
Yeah, it does look like there's a pretty significant push by Friday evening. So it should be in the clear from that point on for the most part.
Yeah. That'll be much what needed heading into the weekend. It's never fun to have smoke when you're trying to have fun on the weekend in the summer.
Yeah.
Well, here's our air quality advisory. It's a weird shape. I know you're thinking why the weird gap. Smoke probably is there, and you're right. But this is highlighting the areas that may get to unhealthy levels, so that 150 and above air quality index. So they actually shifted this toward the Dalles and into the Cascades today. So I think they're kind of saying, hey, this is an area we're watching for some of the worst stuff. It doesn't mean there's not smoke elsewhere. Yeah.
And part of this, I'm sure it's not only the wind direction, but it's also those low-lying spots tend to kind of just have that smoke sit there, and it's a lot harder to get it to move.
Right. Yeah, with the east wind, it's almost pushing it up against the mountains too a little bit. So yeah. Not great. And then also not great, man, on Sunday we hit 3 million acres burned.
Yeah, that was a big milestone, a big negative milestone to hit.
Yeah. Not one I thought we'd hit as fast as we did. I think 2 million obviously was crazy, but 3 million, I had to adjust the following graphic.
Oh, I was wondering.
Yeah, because we didn't even have a 3 million mark to even go off of. So I had to kind of create smaller sections here.
I'm putting you on the spot. I don't know if you've looked back. Is there a year where we've surpassed 3 million acres burned, like in the last 50?
It doesn't seem like it. So when you go before 2000, the year 2000, data is really hard to verify. So we don't have like a solid source that says this many thousands of acres or whatever.
Yeah.
From Oregon and Washington before 2000. So we know since at least the year 2000, we are at a million higher than that. So 2024 was the worst year in the last, 25 or 26. And we have surpassed that by a long shot. So if I had to guess, it's probably the worst on record, but just hard to put that out there with full confidence because there could be a sneaky year that's
true.
Worse.
Yeah. I'm just not sure that I have heard of, in recent time, more than 3 million acres burned before. Yeah, that seems very significant.
Yeah, I bet you in the last 50 years, almost, I'm going to say 90% confidence that this is definitely the worst.
Yeah.
And there's a few fires, specifically in Oregon and Washington, that were really bad in the mid to late 1800s. So maybe it surpasses some of those, but still, it's a crazy number, and it keeps getting higher every day. So.
Well, and you imagine, like, way back then, they probably had much poorer technology, of course, to fight them. So very possible that things got out of control even more back then.
Yep, exactly. Okay, well, we got a red flag warning, and it's going to expire probably by the time you're watching this. It might be expired, so at 9 o'clock. But it's because of lightning, and we'll get into this a little later on, but there are some Eastern Oregon lightning storms, or excuse me, thunderstorms with lightning that are going to be happening the next several afternoons. I put on the forecast through Monday, maybe even later. We'll see.
And I wouldn't be surprised if the National Weather Service extends these red flag warnings or, sets new ones in the coming days because of the daily afternoon thunderstorm chances.
Yeah, or at least, moves this section over. I think tomorrow's more of a northeastern Oregon threat. Or maybe I'm thinking of Saturday. I get them all mixed up because they look the same.
Yeah.
But yeah, similar alert, I'm sure will be coming.
Yep.
And the beloved drought monitor.
Oh, yes. Okay, so I needed to look at the one before. How did this one change? Did we finally have some extreme drought? No, exceptional drought?
Exceptional. Yeah, that level 4 is the highest level. So actually, if you look at this little tiny graph on the right, last week numbers have not changed from this week at all. But it was pretty significant the week prior. Again, I said we skipped out on the podcast.
That's what it was. So from 2 weeks ago, we've added that level 4, right?
Yes, not good. Also, I think the level 1 drought expanded quite a bit. Or maybe it was moderate. I can't remember, but I do know that northwestern Oregon's getting a little closer, that line, to at least, Washington County, Multnomah County. So we'll see that probably in the next few weeks, just because it's looking that way.
Yeah, it looks like we added, basically 8 percentage points of D1 to D4 drought. Yeah. Yeah.
91% of the state's in drought. That's not great.
No, it is not.
Of course, it's the red's right over the wildfires.
I know, yeah. Right over kind of that Baker City area that's going to see all these lightning storms the next few afternoons.
Right. We just hope that there's rain with the lightning storms.
Yeah.
Okay, well, tropics. We haven't talked about tropics on the podcast for a minute.
It's been a while.
Yeah, and honestly, it's because things have been happening. I'm not going to say it's been quiet. It's not been quiet. But we haven't had any notable storms that impacted the U.S. as of late. So this is probably going to be the first landfalling U.S. tropical system, not only this year, but last year too.
Yeah.
Because last year we didn't have a single landfalling tropical storm or hurricane.
That's right. Not even in the southeast. Yeah.
Yeah. So this will be our first in 2 years. Kind of a weird landfalling drought there. That doesn't happen every year. So yeah, this is going to be the first, not even the southeast, but tropical storm Lala, currently tropical storm, is set to hit the big island of Hawaii here probably early Saturday morning. And one thing I've been saying on air too, Camila, is really important, is the National Hurricane Center has been very strongly encouraging you to not pay attention to just that little cone, that white cone shape, because that's the core of the storm. It doesn't mean only that area will be impacted. You can see the storm stretches way beyond that cone, and therefore almost every part of the Hawaiian Islands will be impacted by this in some way.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure you have that wind forecast graphic coming up where you can really see that.
Yes. And if you're wondering, there's levels here, right? Like tropical storm right now, but hurricane speeds are forecast for Lala.
Yeah, which is 74 plus, right? You got to hit 75 for it to be considered a hurricane. Cat 1. Yep.
And then we start to go through the categories. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's the watch, hurricane watch. This should be upgraded to a warning, I'd say, in the next 24 hours. If I guess.
That makes sense. Yep, so pretty much the entire Big Island right now. So here's like if you had this like 2 or 3 frames before, you can really see how those winds intensify right before it gets to the Big Island, which was kind of wild to watch. But yeah, I mean, you can see those purples in there, that 70 plus mile per hour gusts.
Yeah, and actually I was reading the hurricane watch from the National Weather Service in Honolulu, and they were saying potential wind gusts of 58 to 73 miles per hour. Storm surge, at least on the Big Island, will be about 1 to 3 feet. That's that wave of water that initially gets pushed on shore. I think it's 1 to 2 feet on the other island. So that's not a ton, but I mean, it's enough to cause maybe some minor impacts.
Mm-hmm.
What about, rain, 3 to 6 inches expected, but locally higher amounts. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, it's not the worst storm we've seen there,
Right.
but it's notable because it's the first landfalling hurricane in over 30 years. So we'll take
Right.
a look at that in a second.
Yeah.
Lala. Okay, we shouldn't be laughing, but the name is pretty interesting for a storm, right? It sounds not threatening at all.
Yes. And I just think maybe this is going to date me, but I literally think of the Teletubbies.
Yeah.
I think Lala was the name of one of the Teletubbies.
I'm sure it was. I can't remember their names, but
Lala, Poe, Tinky Winky.
perfect.
I think there were 4. I can't remember the 4th.
Maybe that was their inspo. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm also not super familiar with the Central Pacific name list. Like, this is not the East Pacific where we see all those storms brewing near the equator and in Mexico and all that.
Mm-hmm.
No, this is Central Pacific, so it's a whole nother ballpark of names. And this is super interesting, Camila. I didn't even know this. I was curious to see why their lists were so much shorter than the Atlantic and Pacific.
Yeah.
And it's because they don't follow the typical, every year we have this specific set of names. It gets recycled every 6 years. And if we get to the end of the list, we go to Greek, we used to go to the Greek alphabet. Now they go to a supplemental list.
Yeah.
This is different. Basically, the names are just used one after the other. And then when the bottom of the list is reached, the next name is the top of the list. So they just have 4 lists that are alphabetical, but they go to the next one when they run out.
Yeah. I mean, that makes sense. And it's kind of cool because you can tell these are very like traditional kind of like native names, right? Like from the area, which is neat to see as well. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And this Lala is the first named of this year in the Central Pacific. So keep in mind, like, this storm, probably low pressure system, had to travel all the way from out of the Eastern Pacific zone into the Central Pacific in order to gain its strength and become a named storm there.
Yeah.
So it's the first one of the year in the Central Pacific, even though we've seen some storms get pretty close to Hawaii. They just were named back toward the coastline of South America.
Yeah.
All right. Well, there you go. Now you know all you need to know about the names.
It's always interesting, though.
It is. And yeah, I think we've gotten many questions about, well, why is this so significant? Hawaii is in the middle of the ocean and surrounded by warm ocean waters. It's hurricane season. They're used to this. And you have a point. I've even been in Hawaii when we've had the remnants of a tropical storm around us. It was crazy. But there's only been a select few times that a storm has directly impacted one of the islands or all of them. So, Dot, another interesting name, just Dot.
Little old Dot.
Little Dot, that's the purple line. I mean, man, Dot was a strong storm.
Yeah.
Category 4.
Cat 4. For a while, yeah.
Then 3, then 1. Crazy. But Dot actually directly Dot stroke. That's not the right word. Hit.
Struck.
Dot struck. Thank you. I'm like, English, where are you?
Striked?
Striked.
No, it's not that. I don't think it's that.
Struck. Yes. Dot struck Kauai in 1959. So that was quite a while ago, but if we go to more recent storms, there's a lot of lines going on here. But more recently, Daniel and Diana, they look like they just kind of end near Hawaiians because they were tropical depressions. So pretty uneventful there. And then the purple line is Aniki. And Aniki was the last landfalling hurricane, again through Kauai. Poor Kauai.
Yeah.
I love that place, though. It's stunning. 92, it was the strongest and costliest storm to ever hit the islands.
So it hit as a Cat 4. Yeah. Yikes. Yeah.
Really crazy. And you can see it went directly through. Like, that's the thing we're looking for, is it if it hits land, or if it makes landfall, the core of the storm, the eye, needs to make a direct impact with land.
Right. Yeah. And the more perpendicular it is to the landmass, right, as it approaches, the more, destructive it's going to be.
Especially based on category and lots of other factors. But yeah, so just saying, it's not super unusual, but this hasn't happened in 30 years specifically, like a hurricane making landfall.
Yeah,
on
so that's why we're seeing a
an
little bit more attention being drawn to it.
island. Yes.
All right. Well, we'll be keeping an eye on that certainly through the weekend. Meantime, of course, we're still dealing with explosive wildfires in the Pacific Northwest. This was kind of a crazy photo taken, from the east side of Saddle Mountain. So the Wright Spring Fire. This is in, oh my gosh, the county name is now slipping my mind.
Is it Klamath? No.
Yes, Klamath. Yes, this would be in Klamath County. Yes, exactly. Crazy plume of smoke. I mean, just wild to see that.
That is insane.
Intimidating for sure.
Yeah. Adana Beeler, thank you for sharing.
Look at this one.
I showed this one on air in the 6 o'clock because it looks like another volcano next to Mount Hood.
Right?
It's
crazy. It's very, I mean, the way that it's shot, this person clearly knows photography because just the way it's framed, it's a beautiful landscape shot. And then you just have this crazy, ominous yellow plume of smoke, rising into the air not too far from Mount Hood. So this is the Grasshopper Fire.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, from Dallasport, Washington. So thank you for sharing, Amy. Crazy photo.
Yeah.
Oh,
I know. We had to lighten things up so it's not all doom and gloom all the time. So some nice elk on the beach here from Arch Cape. Yeah, thank you, Mike, for this one. That's a nice photo.
I just love how we live here and get to see elk just walking on the beach.
I know.
Cool.
It is crazy.
Yes. Okay, we're gonna press play on this guy.
Oh, let's hope it works.
Yay.
Does Sherry say anything? I actually didn't listen to the audio of this.
I didn't listen to the audio either.
Oh, there was a little wow in there.
Okay, that's the closest I've
Sherry
ever
has
come
commentary.
to like a true dust thingy. Whoa.
A true dust thingy.
Oh
That's a good one. That's a nice, tight little dust devil, isn't it?
I was looking at the little leaves that's flying up and...
Yeah.
I can't believe this.
I know. That's cool. It's cool when you see one of those right next to you. Thank you, Sherry, for that video.
Yeah, this is in Lafayette.
Classic dust devil. That's a nice one, though. Usually they look a lot weaker. You don't get like so much dust packed into the kind of spiral. Visually really nice. But they are, I would say they're fairly common, right? In the summertime, Peyton, not unusual to see one of these.
Like lowlands, flatlands. Yeah, anytime it's flat and dry and you're looking at some farmland, there's some dust to work with. You probably get some surface heating instability, and sometimes you could just get some weird circulation going on there. So it basically comes to an end when cold air comes into it and breaks it all apart. But I think I'm most surprised by the tightness of the funnel at the very bottom. Usually you see them and you can almost see through them because it's not that strong of a rotation and they're wide, and maybe they cross the street while you're driving or something.
Right. So I imagine there must have been an area where there was really intense heating, right? Because I imagine the more rapidly the air is rising up, the more of a low pressure kind of center you get. And so you get more of the air rushing in and bringing debris with it. So kind of cool. So these, again, very common. I know Sherry, when in her submission, kind of asked, are these pretty common? What's going on here? So these form from the bottom up, like Peyton mentioned. So not like a tornado, which forms from the top down. You need a very strong thunderstorm for a tornado to form.
Right. I love the blue skies behind it too.
Right.
Like, where's all that stuff going? Oh, it's just flying through the air. It'll come back down.
Yeah.
Crazy video. Thank you, Sherry, though. We see those a lot, but it's just always fun to actually dive into the science of it.
Yeah. Oh, and then Jared always sending us stunning photos.
This is so cool.
I did stop. When I got home last night after work, you could see the stars very clearly, even from Beaverton, which surprised me because, I'm on a lit street and everything. And I looked up and I was like, maybe I'll see some. And I think I just saw a couple satellites because I saw some, like shiny things that were moving slowly. I'm like, no, I know that the Perseids would be just zipping right by. So,
right, like shooting stars.
Yeah. But
well, that's
Jared
all right.
I copped some.
I went straight to bed. I should have, but Yeah, I was kind of like get home, head hit the pillow mindset last night, but that's okay.
That's fair. That's fair.
No, Jared always sends some really cool photos. I love how you can see the Milky Way almost in this, like with the clusters through the middle. I don't know.
I think he said that's I would have to Google it, the Andromeda galaxy. Let me look that up. But I think that's what we're seeing is that kind of lit up milky spiral galaxy. Yeah, I think that's what that is. But
Andromeda.
don't quote me. I'm not an astronomer.
Yeah, we don't know much about space. It's cool to look at. We're with you. We're with you on that.
Very cool.
Okay, well, term of the week, right in line with that last photo, is the Perseid meteor shower. Got all this info from NASA that basically it's the most popular meteor shower of the year. So it comes from a comet that we'll talk about in a second, and it usually is active through late August, but peaks August 11th through 13th generally. And they're pretty fast. I mean, 37 miles per second these meteors travel, so that's awesome. Imagine if your commute to work was 37 miles per second. It'd be like quarter
you'd be there. Yeah, you'd be right there.
It'd be awesome.
Yeah,
I know.
But you'd be caught up in a burning, fiery trail while you got there, I guess, which would not be great.
Not ideal. Not a great commute.
Yeah.
No, the Perseids, they have long wakes of light and color behind them, and they are one of the most plentiful showers. This one says 50 to 100 meteors per hour. I've seen varying numbers. I mean,
20 to 30, 20 to 50. Yeah.
Yeah. This one says about 25. Yeah. Well, basically, if you do the math, maybe you'll see one every few minutes if you're like perfectly looking at the dark sky and you get lucky. So,
yeah.
They're known for their fireballs. There we go.
Nice.
Larger explosions of light can persist longer than the average meteor streak. So that's fun. Here, what else? Oh, we had this graphic yesterday we were showing, and again, since it's going on through the what was that I say, the 24th?
Yeah,
you can still see them. So yeah, it's a great opportunity to get outside most nights coming up are not cloudy until the early morning. So if you can get out 11, 12, that's ideal.
And Peyton, what exactly is a meteor shower? Are these, because people say, oh, it's a shooting star, but is it really? No.
Well, no. We say shooting star because there really is hardly such thing as a shooting star. Like there are, but most of the time it's meteors.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but it's little pieces of space debris. And when they interact with our atmosphere, they, appear like these shooting stars. And so they originate from a comet 109P.
Swift-Tuttle.
Swift-Tuttle. And it's just debris from this comet. So basically, this comet takes 133 years to orbit the sun once. So we're going to run into the debris more time than that orbits the sun. Kind of interesting.
Right.
Giovanni
Schiaparelli. Schiaparelli. Just pretend you're pronouncing pasta whenever you say Italian names. That's my trick.
That's a great idea, great tactic. Well, in 1865, he was like, oh, this is the comet that's making these Perseid meteor showers. And it last visited the inner solar system in 92. It's actually not too far ago.
No, yeah. Huh. So there you go. It's just space dust, folks. Space dust that's burning up in our atmosphere.
Yes. I was going to say, what was let's see. Okay, it was just the comet itself was discovered in 1862, and Swift-Tuttle is a large comet. I liked this thing. It was basically almost twice the size of what they believe is the object or comet that led to the death of the dinosaurs.
Oh, so yeah, if this thing were to actually hit planet Earth, that we would all go bye-bye.
Yeah, we would be done.
All right.
We'd be done. I have like an inside joke that my professor in college would reference this exact event of like the bye-bye dinosaurs.
Yeah.
And he'd always start by saying, it was a very bad day. And he'd like make it really dramatic. So it's like an inside joke with my friends. We're always like, it was a very bad day.
That's funny.
The drama to get us to pay attention in class.
Yeah.
Okay, and the radiant, which is the point in the sky in which the Perseids appear to come through, is the constellation Perseus. Makes sense.
Hence the name.
Yes. So basically, the constellation is just for us to be like, oh, it's near that constellation. It's not the source of the meteors.
Yeah, so you can
Now you
know where to look, what quadrant of the sky to look.
Yes, it's usually somewhat northeast.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, that's all we have on the meteors.
Cool.
And so, do you ever get the question like, "Oh, you're a meteorologist. Do you study meteors?"
Actually, that's a very good point. Why? Yes. Why is it meteorologist?
I looked this up not that long ago. Hold on.
This is important. Actually, you just really tickled my brain just now because I feel like there's so many weather words, right? Latin weather words we could have used instead.
I guess it's the meteoros means high in the sky or in the air.
Ah, okay.
And it's Greek.
Okay.
And then, of course, the study of is logica, and then ist is the one who studies.
So it basically encompasses atmosphere, effectively.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I'll accept
that. It happens to tie in with meteors, I guess. But no, we don't know meteors, unfortunately.
No.
No.
All right. Okay, so let's talk about, kind of bring it back home and talk about our local weather. Here's a look at our high temperatures in Portland the last couple of weeks. So, I mean, we've had a pretty nice stretch since the end of the weekend. A little hot there, of course, from the 4th through the 8th, where we were in the low to mid 90s. But we've been in the 80s since Sunday, so nice stuff.
Isn't the 90 thing so interesting? We're actually kind of on a 90-degree drought for most of the summer.
Yeah, and then we got 5 in a row.
5 in a row.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was funny.
But that was also, the week where we had all the wildfire smoke west of the Cascades. So that really did cap our temperatures. I mean, there was a moment in time where I remember we were going mid to upper 90s. And that smoke really does cool you down. Yeah.
It does its job. I haven't looked at the high today, but I think I read that the 5 o'clock observation was
81?
82.
Oh, 82.
82.
Oh, okay. Pretty good. I think we went 83, so not bad.
Yeah, actually I have it here. Let's see what it says for the
fish.
83. Oh, we had 83.
Oh, cha-ching. And that's how you know you're the best in town, folks. Just kidding. But it is very validating when your forecast comes true.
Okay, it makes me feel better about my 82 tomorrow. We're all like,
I think that's good. No, I think that's good. That's perfect. Okay. All right. Back to the podcast instead of just stroking our own egos. 90-degree days each summer. Yeah. So Payton, you were just talking about this. So this number was what?
10?
11? 10? Yeah. Before we got to last week. So we were like, wow, this is going to be kind of a chill, not super hot, summer. But we kind of bumped back up to average. So.
Yeah. 15 days. Not bad. We had a trace of rain yesterday at the airport.
That marine layer.
Well, it's just fun. You guys celebrate the little things, since it doesn't seem like we're going to see rain most of August. We'll get to that later, but trace. We might end there, like 2022.
Yeah. I was actually kind of surprised that even the coast didn't get anything measurable from that drizzle, but everyone just got a trace. Yeah.
Yeah, just a little bit.
All right, so let's dive into the forecast then. Here's a look at the Euro 500 millibar height anomaly. So this is starting, Thursday? Yep, Thursday afternoon, Thursday evening. You can kind of see the troughing happening along the western third of the United States. And you can see to our south and to our east, a little bit more high pressure, which is what's kind of drawing that monsoonal moisture from the south kind of across the states. So that's why we're seeing some quite devastating thunderstorms actually popping up in the Midwest, especially from this. I know we've ran some stories on that in our shows. So that same monsoonal moisture is what's causing these little scattered storms to pop up in eastern Oregon the next few afternoons. So doesn't look like anything severe is likely, right? Are you seeing that as well, Payton?
Yeah, I think I have that. We'll skip ahead a couple slides just to show this really quick. But yeah, it basically when we say severe unlikely, or the Storm Protection Center says that, we don't see a severe warned storm, but maybe thunder and lightning, of course, small hail, and some gusty
winds. Yep.
Yeah. that's about it. So,
Yep. All right.
There we go. We'll go back to the slide.
There you go.
Jumping
Yeah.
around.
So this just shows you thunderstorm energy, Cape for the nerds out there. And you can see kind of the eastern slopes of the Cascades Saturday afternoon. And then, of course, a decent bit through northeastern Oregon. So those are kind of the spots that we're looking for these storms to pop up.
Mm-hmm.
But generally low. Nothing crazy.
No, not seeing anything light up.
Yeah.
Which is good.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Friday evening.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, this is tomorrow evening. We're basically an overall pattern. Like we got a ridge to our west and to our east. So we're kind of in this little trough, but it's not so much a trough that we're getting a bunch of cold air or showers or anything like that. It's just kind of a very mild pattern. So that's why we don't really see any extremely hot days coming.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then this is Tuesday evening, so still quite hot to our south. Looks like we've got maybe a little cutoff system that might be sitting over the Pacific, but that just means we're zonal here in the Pacific Northwest, which means that normal kind of west to east flow keeps us nice.
Yeah, kind of boring, honestly.
Yeah, boring equals nice.
That's why I jumped to next weekend. I was like,
yeah.
Meh.
Nothing's interesting, until we get, this looks like a little bit more of a significant trough, huh?
Yeah, maybe like a front or something. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. Okay. So next weekend we'll be watching for a more significant cool down, and maybe we can get some precipitation out of this. We'll see.
That'd be awesome.
Be nice.
We'll see.
Yeah.
I kind of jumped ahead 10-15 days to show that we could heat up. This is now the very last days of August, so it doesn't look so hot though.
Nothing interesting.
Yeah.
So the big story is I guess we get some troughs from time to time. We get some zonal flow from time to time. We definitely don't see a big, huge heat dome parking itself over us through the end of the month, it appears.
Yeah. I mean,
that's good news.
Our average is 14 degrees, and we're hugging that line.
Yeah.
So, yeah. It's nothing crazy.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so kind of riding it out mild through the rest of the month. And here's a look at our 24-hour QPF from the Euro ensemble. So each horizontal line there is a different ensemble member, and you can see not many of them are giving us even trace amounts of rain through. This takes you through the 28th, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or the
Friday after.
Yeah, or the evening of the 27th. Yeah. So it's going to be dry. That's what it's looking like.
Yeah, I guess if that model we were looking at with the potential trough/front comes through, some models want to give us a sprinkle, and then others are fully dry. So that's why I kind of didn't put the word rain on that, because I just knew right now it doesn't seem like it.
Doesn't look
Maybe
like it, does
change.
it? Yeah. Yep. So maybe just more of the classic, we'll be cloudier. I mean, in fact, you can see it here. It drops us into the mid 70s maybe that weekend.
Yeah.
So that makes sense. Some additional cloud cover. Yep.
Yeah, and then 89 maybe. We're looking at the tail end here. Ignore that 73. That's just through the data. It's showing the temperature till that point. So
Yeah.
Oh,
well, that's nice.
Well,
okay, good. No extreme heat. That's
Here we go.
Good news. Hopefully that helps, at least not have more wildfires taking off like crazy. So.
Yes. I mean, besides the lightning.
That would be bad.
Out there in Eastern Oregon.
Crossing our fingers for no more wildfire starts.
I do have to say, this is the most difficult 7-day forecast to talk about for more than 20 seconds. Maybe even 10
100%.
seconds. I mean, I'm just I don't want to go through each day because it's the same. I'm just there is nothing, especially after tomorrow when we get rid of the hazy skies icon. I mean, this is awkward.
So here's some behind the scenes for you. Yeah, I think during the 4, I got to my 7-day, this graphic, which was my final one, and I had 30 seconds. And I was like, oh no. So I literally didn't know what to say other than our lows right about average, upper 50s, low 60s. Look at those. I mean, it's crazy how much time you can fill with crap. But because it's just, gosh, it's so boring the next 7 days.
It's silly when we're I was considering typing warmest day on Sunday, and I was like, no, it's not. It's really not going to be that warm.
I know.
So
this is where you wish we
settled.
could just make one huge long banner that just says, it's gonna be really nice out and mainly sunny and average.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how you'd fill all that space, but
I don't know. But yeah, it's silly. You can't even think of a word for each day. So I did repeat warm, Sunday, Monday. At least we have a hurricane and some storms to talk about in Eastern
we
Oregon.
do. There are lots of other things to talk about, thankfully. But yeah.
Nothing west of the Cascades besides this little bit of smoke.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot about the chicks.
Chick watch. Okay, I kid you not, especially with our lack of podcasts last week.
Mm-hmm.
I thought for sure chicks left the nest. They're gone.
I thought so too, because on Monday, Corey, one of our producers, was like, "Wait, we haven't looked at the seaside chicks in a while," and I was like, "Oh, there's no way. There's no way they're still there."
Because I think 3 weeks ago we were like, "Oh, hopefully they're there next week," or even 4 weeks ago. I don't know.
Yeah.
Also, I'm realizing, since we missed last week's podcast, this is a week off. So this is actually 6 weeks ago.
Oh, that's right.
So add a week here, besides today's. Today's will be
So back when they were little fluffy, speckled, cute things 6 weeks ago.
Yeah. And then we have teenage phase.
And then they got
5
legs.
weeks ago.
Yep. They got their legs. They're
toned up.
They got their roof legs. And now what? They're filling out a little bit more, losing their speckles.
Their head looked a little more proportional to their body.
This was 4 weeks ago.
Weeks.
Oh!
Snack ? I don't know.
Good eye there. Snack trash? I don't know. You picked a questionable place to raise your kids, Mom and Dad.
Yeah, we don't know. Lots of weird things on that roof, especially at Seaside, where there's many visitors that probably bring some snacks. So, snacks are not snacks. 3 weeks ago, this was actually... Wait, maybe I am off. Hold on.
Last week?
I feel like I took this last week. I don't know.
It's possible. So they're starting to look more like seagulls here, but they're just like dark, smaller seagulls at this point.
Look at the one looking at the camera. The
That's
one on
funny.
the left. Kind of.
Oh wow, it really is gazing into the lens.
Yeah. Okay, here's today. Look at them.
You got all in one shot, which is a rare commodity.
It's almost the exact same spot.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, what the heck?
They almost look more like ducks in this one.
They do. They're seagulls without the, finish of their coat with the white and I don't know. Yeah, do they have yellow? I don't know.
But you can almost see some of the white starting to come through on the wings a little bit.
On the tips. So cool. I wonder if Mama's even around anymore. She's probably like, you guys are old enough.
I wonder, actually. That's a good question.
Dad.
Yeah, so if anyone's a seagull expert, let us know. I'm like, how long? They have their wings. Haven't you figured out how to fly by this point?
Yeah, you'd think. I don't know.
I mean, I sound like a crazy mom that's trying to, push her kid out of the house or something, but, come on. How many weeks do you need?
I feel like, I don't know. Maybe they're just like, maybe they all can fly, but they just choose to, reside in their home.
That's possible.
Well, are we streaming on Facebook?
I don't know. I haven't seen any questions in the chat, so...
Darn it.
Either people on Facebook are very quiet today, or we just weren't streaming on Facebook, which is okay.
We probably weren't. It's been hit or miss. We gotta run through those technical difficulties.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we will see you next week. And also, don't forget about our First Alert Weather Extra show. We've been ramping up the quality. Okay.
Yeah, we have.
It's 30 minutes. We got
fully
commercial
produced.
Break.
Yeah.
Good stuff going on there. You can find it on our YouTube too. A lot of people watch it on YouTube. It's like 1,000 people usually.
Oh
a video. So
there you go.
Love to see it. All right. Well, thank you so much for watching and listening. We'll see you next time.
Bye.